going to be in the Jodo? So I was super excited to set off, but obviously a little bit nervous as well. But was really looking forward to it. Weather was not particularly great coming out of Prestwick, but it got a lot better as we headed down south.
2-1 undershoot, but initially remain north of the 30 undershoot.
Then Golf India Sierra checks complete, ready for departure.
Golf India Sierra, confirm happy to depart with no backtrack.
Affirm.
Golf India Sierra, Roger, negative backtrack, line up and wait, runway 12.
Line up and wait, runway 12, Golf India Sierra.
And I had all the routes set out of Prestwick, down over towards Harrogate, and then down past East Midlands, Birmingham, and then into Popham. 3 hours 50 flight time or thereabouts.
Golf India Sierra, runway 12, clear takeoff, wind is 190 degrees 9 knots.
Clear takeoff 12, Golf India Sierra.
So full power in, and then just like on the rudder. And this has to be the worst takeoff I have ever done. Must have been nervous. Down, bang. And then we're off. Bit of a kangaroo, but we got there in the end.
Pass it on to the sad and the cold. Wake me up to be fully alive. Are you gonna go?
Passing the flying club on the right there. And there's the second runway here at Prestwick. 1203. She's up. Had quite a lot of baggage for this trip. So I'd done the weight and balance, and also for the stuff that Pete was going to bring in as well, so we knew what loads and limits we had for the aircraft. But be really careful with the Jodel. Put too much in there. Easily goes out. Easily goes out of balance.
Golf India Sierra, clearly controlled airspace, not above altitude 3,500 feet.
Clearly control space, not above altitude 3,500 feet, Golf India Sierra, thank you.
So, airborne out of Prestwick, and heading now pretty much direct for Dumfries, then over south of Carlisle, Penrith.
I want to enter runway 21 via Farm Republic.
As we passed Carlisle, it started brightening up. Quite a lot. So we was able to climb above and maintain VFR.
Alpha Charlie 11 Alpha, Donkers Well, Echo Golf Tango uniform to Guernsey, Echo Golf Juliet Bravo. We are airborne from Donkers Well at 38, so request you open my flight plan to Guernsey.
To Mike India Kilo Echo Roger, we'll get that activated for you. And,
so we're talking to London Information there. So this is us approaching East Midlands.
Golf India Sierra, Roger, we just orbited beam the power station. I've got ILS traffic for runway 27. Just at 7 miles at the moment. Report if you get him in sight. He is a -8.
That's copied, we'll orbit, we'll cover the traffic.
So we got an orbit from East Midlands. And, the problem with this was, fuel-wise, we were very critical for landing at Popham, so I couldn't hold too long, but I was aware that I had about 10 minutes or there of holding.
East Midlands Tower, Jersey 6 Lima Kilo ILS 27.
Jersey 6 Lima Kilo, Char, hello. Continue approach, there's a light aircraft to vacate. And traffic information, there's a Joe Dell just holding in the vicinity of the power station. As you in sight, will be passing above and behind you.
Understood, continue 6 Lima Kilo.
Jersey 6 Lima Kilo, Sierra is available if required. Clear to land, runway 27, surface wind 230 degrees, 16 knots.
Understood, Sarah available and clear land, Jersey 6 Lima Kilo.
Golf India Sierra, if you continue southbound, there'll be no conflict to the dash A.
Okay, continue south, Golf India Sierra.
Yeah, I was happy. I was happy that I didn't have to divert, but I was thinking about that if I had to hold any more.
And continue northbound, and traffic information for you, there is a Joe Dell just going through the extended sense line at half a mile, 2,600 feet south.
It was quite nice to fly right over the airfield and see it from above there.
For a light aircraft just entering at Shepshed, also east side, not above 2,000 feet.
That's copied, Golf India Sierra, looking for the traffic.
Golf India Sierra, thank you. You can continue again with radar now, 134.180.
134.180, Golf India Sierra, good afternoon.
Bye-bye.
And radar, hello again, it's Golf Charlie Echo India Sierra.
Golf Charlie Echo India Sierra, Eastern radar, hello again, what type of service requires flight control airspace?
Basic service, Golf India Sierra.
Golf India Sierra, roger, on leaving controlled airspace, it will be a basic service.
Basic service, Golf India Sierra.
Golf Echo, do you have Scanston in sight?
Roger, Golf Echo will change frequency to Gamston now, Golf Echo.
Golf Echo, roger, Squawk 7000 and Frequency Gamston, bye-bye.
Squawk 7000, Golf Echo.
Golf India Sierra, I've just lost your mode Alpha and Charlie, have you turned it off?
Negative, ma'am. Golf India Bravo.
Yeah, this was one of the problems we had all the way on the trip, was the transponder was blown up. Finally, when we got back to Prestwick, we were able to rectify it and correct it. So hopefully no more trouble.
Golf India Sierra, nothing seen there, just got a primary contact on you there, no mode Alpha or Charlie.
Okay, that's copied, Golf India Sierra. Thank you for the information.
Sorry. Golf India Sierra, you're showing again now with mode Alpha and Charlie.
Oh, that's copied, Golf India Sierra. Thank you.
And just keep a lookout for traffic just to the west of you. It's converging very slowly from the western altitude.
That's copied, we're looking at Golf India Sierra. And Golf India Sierra is joining the overhead at 2,000 feet.
So this is us approaching Popham, just there underneath the wheels.
Popham radio,
And,
welcome to the circuit, changing
quite an interesting circuit to land and any of the runways at Popham.
Thank you for the visit. Safe flight. Good day.
It basically involves you over the airfield and answer where you are into the circuit. And it becomes a standard circuit, but there's a lot of noise sensitive areas that you've got to miss.
Golf India Sierra is overhead, descending dead side to 800 feet. Golf India Sierra is 2-1, downwind to land. Golf India Sierra is right base 2-1.
So brakes off, undercarriage down, mixtures fully rich, fuel pump on, instruments are set,
Golf Romeo, Oscar
hatches and
vacating
harnesses are all secure. And that's generally the checklist that we do when we land.
Golf India Sierra is final 2-1.
Sierra, downwind 21, touch and go. And Golf Whiskey Romeo is lining up, runway 26.
So Pete kindly got the footage off his on his phone from inside. So he's in the right hand seat, put his bags in, and we were ready to go. Same runway that we landed off, 2-1.
Right, 2400, just giving us 180, and we've really sped up now, 120 miles an hour.
Yeah, let the nose down for a bit,
Yeah.
gained a little bit of height.
So just come left 10
Back a bit,
degrees,
yeah.
just over those white buildings, that's perfect. And then we constantly do freezer checks. So we're checking the fuel, we've got a full tank, which is good, but we're going to stay on the front tank. We're with Bryce at the moment. 12475 for London.
Bryce, radar, good afternoon, November 20 Tango Bravo with you.
Checking the engines, in the green, battery's still charging.
Identified 5,000 altitude,
And we'll give her a car beat check.
Traffic service set, Bryce QNH 1019.
So this one is Popham to Sywell. Flight's just under an hour. It's quite interesting because you've got all the control aids passed over there, so you've got to be careful. Obviously where you're going. So the routing I planned out was Popham to Newbury, just west of the Compton VOR, and then direct line to Oxford, which you can see there in the video, and then a right hand turn about 020 over the town of Buckingham, following the train tracks to the town of Northampton, and finally into Sywell.
And then from there we're 10 minutes direct to the reservoir. I'm really looking forward to a beer today.
how you can feel the thermals working on the aircraft.
Yeah.
Whoop, straight up. I'm putting the nose down and feeling it lift, obviously.
I know, she's so light.
Trying to just keep it at 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5, yeah. Okay, so joining for 2-1. So once we leave the reservoir, we tell our type, registration, and being in Pinsford. So we say heading 080, 1,000 feet on the QFE. To intercept the 843, and then it's in, also right hand downwind. Signal flow of traffic, and then we decide 2-1 left or 2-1 right. We'll take the graphs. Once we're on final, we just call them final 2-1 left graphs. And then we just vacate as quick as we can. So we'll go one round the reservoir. Thanks, Dolphin, it's very rigid 5.
Dolphin, the Sierra 5 also.
That's the runway. So 2-1 left grass, and then we'll come off, and they've got marshallers there.
So this is what we do on every flight, but this was just more important just to go over.
This is the village just here, I think.
We were expecting a lot of traffic
so
at Sywell because of the nature of the event. So I wanted to make sure, as me as part in command, that I knew these procedures and would brief them. I've done this before I set off for the flight, but I just wanted to go over it again with Pete as well. It's always good when you've got somebody in the second seat there, just to, as a second pair of eyes, but also to check you for any errors that you might make, because sometimes we're human, you don't always catch them.
3 calls Sywell, good evening.
7,000 calls Sywell, thanks for the service. Dolphin is here. Okay, so the town of Buckingham.
Mess with my soul.
All that on the hour.
Reduced to speed. To a suit
Now using runway 21, QNH 1017, QFE 1002.
Okay, 1002. Now heading for Pittsford is north.
Okay, shall we go north?
Yeah, let's do it.
Great.
They got Silverstone.
Yep.
Race practice there.
Yeah, a lot of activity happens there as well, doesn't it?
Yeah. Right, I'll take it from here. If you can be my eyes and ears. I have.
Okay, I shall now be an owl.
Be an owl.
That landmass that's reflecting over there. 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
All stations now using runway 21, QNH 1017, QFE 1002.
So we've got the town of Northampton on our nose, and then Sywell is northeast of the town, sort of 3 o'clock of the town. Okay, there's the airfield there.
All stations now using runway 21, QNH 1017, QFE 1002.
Beautiful. Golf Bravo, final 2-1 left across.
Golf Zulu, 2-1 left, your discretion, 200 degrees, 10 knots.
Okay, start being an owl.
Indeed I am.
So if anyone's in the hole,
So one of the chaps at the flying club at Popping, before we went, said to Pete that one of the ways you could help your mate is be an owl, and that's the second pair of eyes and always moving your head just to check for any aircraft that are conflicting. Like I said, we expected a lot of traffic. Actually, because we were early before the show, we got hardly any traffic in the hole.
Roger, lining up and taking off Golf Bravo, Papa.
Okay, just remind me where you're doing.
okay, brakes off,
Thank you.
still pump is on. Instruments are set, and we are secure. So I was hoping I could find someone ahead and just go, right, there's our target, we can follow him.
That's the reservoir.
Over the reservoir. Can't see anything yet, but I'm looking.
Nice.
somebody to shortcut us into
4749
the hole
South afternoon, report line
from
up
the
2 on right.
north opposite direction to
lined
us
up, 2 on right.
conflicting, so I was expecting somebody to do that.
So down at 1200, we'll keep it there. I can't see any traffic.
I can't. Looking, but I can't see.
So by now, definitely, I know I was getting very quite tired. I've been flying since in the morning, so I've done 3 hours 40 down to Popham and then an hour over here. So I was aware that also tiredness and fatigue could creep in, but just monitoring it and.
And Sidewall information, Golf Charlie Echo India Sierra is leaving the Pittsford Reservoir. Jodel.
India Sierra, QFE check 1002.
1002, Golf India Sierra.
Golf Victor Oscar Lima Oscar, ready at Bravo 2 for 2 on right.
Golf Lima Oscar, report lined up 2 on right, QNH check 1017.
017, line up 2 on right. Golf Lima Oscar.
I can't see anybody.
I can't.
This is when a helicopter goes. So we're going to be 2 on left, grass.
Oscar Romeo, Bravo 2, ready for 2 on right departure.
Golf Oscar Romeo, taxi forward, report lined up 2 1 right.
Call line up 2 on right, Oscar Romeo.
Golf Charlie Echo India Sierra, are you for the grass or the hard?
Golf India Sierra is for the grass.
Thank you. Golf Oscar Romeo 2 on right, take off fuel discretion 250 degrees 15 knots.
Okay, so before we just turn on to final, just having a good old check, there's no one who's thought it's a good day to cut the corner. And Golf India Sierra's final 2-1 left grass.
Golf India Sierra, traffic departing the hard, 2 on left the grass, land your discretion 250 degrees 17 knots.
Land our discretion 2-1 left, Golf India Sierra. Okay, so it's quite windy like it was last time. Okay, so we bring the air brake out.
124030, have a great weekend.
494, thanks so much, see you next time.
Then she really bleeds off speed once you bring that air brake out. Okay, landing checks are all done. Golf India Sierra, wind check.
250 degrees 12.
Oscar Romeo running 2 on right hard.
Oscar Romeo, Roger.
We got 6 knots of crosswind. Even I can do that.
That's proven.
It's going to be gusty over these trees, I think.
Expected.
Degrees 16 knots left. All stations are using runway 21, QNH 1017, QFE 1002. 1017, QFE 1002.
And when you land, they've got many marshals helping you out. It's really well organised, so the guys will direct you where to go, where to park. And it's all very clear. That's us coming in. See all the tents there by the aircraft. And the one mistake I made, I forgot my tent pegs. Thanks Pete for helping me out and giving me some of his. So not many aircraft there at the moment, maybe 30. That changed the next day when we woke up, and there was aircraft all around us. So engine off, cabin open, tent up, head to the bar. So that was our last night. So we decided to have a glass of wine in the cockpit before heading down for the carrier.
H1016. 21 hard, please.
Roger, who was that? Sorry, I just spoke over the top of you.
Golf Bravo Hotel Lima Echo.
Bravo Hotel Lima Echo. Roger, line up and turn on the right.
So on the Sunday, it was extremely busy. Everyone obviously wanting to get home, with the weather good as well. There was a lot of people departing. So another long day planned for me, flying wise. Obviously flying now back to Popham to drop off Pete, and then the plan was not to fly to Prestwick that day because we were quite late getting out of Popham, about 1 o'clock off the top of my head. But I was actually heading for a private strip outside of Harrogate. My friend Mike's, a lovely chap called Jeff, who had offered for me to land there and leave the aircraft there overnight, so I could get my head down at Mike's and then in the morning depart back to Prestwick, back home, which is only an hour. Little did I know that the weather would get progressively worse as we headed
Golf Charlie
north of
Echo
Harrogate.
India Sierra is hold Bravo 2, Joe Del.
Charlie Echo India Sierra, so information. Which runway in your Q&H?
21 left for grass, Golf India Sierra. We have 1016.
India Sierra, Roger. Take off the discretion, so swing to 7012 knots.
Our discretion, Golf India Sierra, 21 left grass.
I was thinking about you, like drinking some tea.
Okay, nothing coming.
Nothing coming.
Felt like I was drinking. One more sip and here we go.
Bulldog Golf, Charlie Bravo Echo Foxtrot holding point Bravo 2, ready for departure, runway 21 hard, QNH 1016.
Bulldog Charlie Bravo Echo Foxtrot, line up on 21 right.
Line up 21 right, Golf excellent. Echo Charlie Sierra Papa Romeo RV6 at Bravo 2, ready for departure for the hard 1016.
Charlie Sierra Papa Romeo, report lined up in turn.
Roger, Papa Romeo.
Golf Echo Foxtrot, take off 21 right, your discretion 27010.
Taking off, Golf Echo Foxtrot. RV6, Golf Charlie Echo Yankee Mike, Bravo 2, runway 21 right hard, QNH 1016.
Charlie Echo Yankee Mike, holding point Bravo 1.
Bravo 1, next line.
London information, good afternoon. Golf Charlie Echo India Sierra.
Golf Charlie Echo India Sierra, London information, just stand by.
They're down in Northampton then. It's quite big.
Yep. Bigger than ours, London, November 147, Lima Kilo.
7 Lima Kilo, pass your message.
Keep in the status of Delta 138 Delta, sir.
Incidentally, I saw the noisy buggers from last night down there.
Golf Charlie Echo India Sierra, London information, good afternoon to you, sir, pass your message.
Good afternoon, sir. Golf Charlie Echo India Sierra is a Joe Del out of Sywell for Popham. We're currently 5 miles south of Sywell, 2,000 feet on 1016. Request a basic service.
Golf Charlie Echo India Sierra, thank you. It's a basic service, squawk 1177 with Charlie. And what's your next turning point and estimate, please?
Okay, 1177 with Charlie, and our routing is Buckingham, and that will be at 1405.
Golf India Sierra, thank you. Break November 147 Lima Kilo. You can.
So we checked in with London information, and they gave us a score for 1177. That would be a London information squawk that is unique to them.
Yep.
And by putting that on,
I'm just going to
it
keep it low because of the
then
wind,
sends out the
because the higher we
transponder
get, the more headwind we're
that
going to
code.
get, I think.
So any radar units around will know that London information is working. That's
So we're going
why
the
they do
same
that.
direction. I think we're slowly catching it, very, very slowly, so that's all right. If we have to overtake, then we just overtake on the right.
Yeah. We're passing that guy on the left-hand side now. That's lower.
And they will close the flight plan.
Do you want to go with this?
And no thank you for the
Yeah, so like I said, it was busy coming out of Popham, and lo and behold, the aircraft that had departed in front of us was going the same way, because it's quite a common VFR route, a visual route to avoid airspace. So he was ahead of us. We saw him, and I noticed that we were slowly catching him, ever so slowly, but we're just monitoring it.
Okay, we're definitely catching him up now.
Mike, Kilo uniform, standby
So
number
just generally come to the right.
Charlie, Charlie. We're running outside controlled airspace, squawk 7000, Jersey now, 125205. Good day.
Breeze over there. Yes, we want to avoid this area here.
Thank you, sir. It's a basic service, squawk 1177 with Charlie. Can you just confirm the private sites they were where from and to again?
Private site Lapworth, just to
right, he's turning right
east of the M40, M42 in.
Let's go that way.
Okay. And the
go behind.
Is 2 miles south of Great Yarmouth.
Cool, that'll do. Dead ahead. You'll never hit him. This is fun.
Indeed it is.
Thank you, sir. Confirm your altitude.
Okay, heading 225 now for Oxford.
1177, 3,500 feet for 1015, Golf Sierra Yankee.
Oh, Sierra Yankee, thank you, sir. Talking about...
So if you can just come to the left of this town, I think this is Bicester.
So as you can see, it was a normal, busy Sunday afternoon, good weather, and the guys at London Information are working hard. Lots and lots of aircraft on the frequency, and lots of traffic. So as a PIC, I'm just looking all around, as Pete as well, as a second pair of eyes, just to make sure, looking for conflicting traffic, especially over the Oxford area. There's lots of gliders going inbound and outbound all the time when I was going over there as well, so looking for them, because they do creep up on you very, very quick.
This is Oxford. 627. There's the River Thames.
Thanks very much,
Running along it.
Yeah.
What else can we say about Oxford?
Can't afford to live there.
Yeah, pretty much. So, track's good. We're 2.8 and 1016. Timing's bob on. We estimated Oxford at 2.2. That's 7 minutes to run, so we are way ahead of ourselves.
London Information, Fox Papa Delta X-Ray Bravo, good afternoon.
Fuel is behaving, we're staying on the front tank. Instruments are fine, we don't need them. And after Oxford, it's direct to Popham.
It's an RV6A. We departed Echo Golf Bravo Kilo, and destination is Lima Fox Romeo Charlie. We're currently 4
sorry, Oxford direct to Newbury.
Tower, and 3,000 feet.
So, once we get to Oxford, we want the Didcot power station on our right-hand side.
036 is active today.
Foxtrot X-Ray
just there.
Bravo. Portsmouth danger area is not active.
Yeah. So you come left now, 20 degrees.
And if you score 1177 mode Charlie, have a basic service.
Squawk is 1177 and
now this is where the gliders were
today. Alright.
hanging out. And then coming into Popham, we've briefed it already. We'll come in from the north, over the airfield, descend dead side to 800, join the circuit, and looking out for traffic.
Good afternoon,
And London, Golf Charlie Echo in this area. We're just west of Benson. We'd like to free call Popham 129805.
Golf India Sierra, thank you sir, squawk 7000, bye bye now.
So is that Basingstoke on our left?
Where's the Stoke? Could be. Yeah, it's quite clear, isn't it?
Yeah, well, here it is. Golf Romeo Alpha, crosswind for 26, contact 1 ahead. Golf Romeo Alpha, roger.
Going over the town of Compton. I wonder if we can spot the VOR.
Yeah, you can see London.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Golf Romeo Alpha, turning downwind.
Yeah, you can see the city over there.
Yeah.
My
I could
God.
just about see it on the way in, but
Yeah.
you can see it better now.
Golf Juliet Lima, roger.
Oh, you cock on for Popham.
Good show.
So inbound to Popham to finish off the trip for Pete, and it's runway 26, I believe, this time at Popham. So similar circuits to what I did when I came in the couple of days before, but you actually come in aligned with runway 21, and then at the last minute you turn right onto 26. Quite an exciting approach. You don't get to do approaches like this too often. There's not many two airfields I can remember. Basically a smaller version of the old Kai Tak Hong Kong without the buildings.
I've lost him. Where's he gone?
There you go. I've got it.
Popham Radio, this is Golf X-Ray Bravo Juliet Tango, inbound to the southwest, 6 miles to run, request airfield information for joining.
Okay, let's turn all the lights on.
Golf X-Ray Bravo Juliet Tango, Popham runway news 26 right hand, and the QFE 909 at 8.
26 right hand and a QFE of 909 at 8, Golf Juliet Tango.
Golf Tango Papa overhead and outside friendly.
So the
Golf X-Ray Foxtrot, turning downwind for runway 26.
one coming in from the south. We've got a guy on downwind, they've got him descending. I've kind of lost him for a second.
Yeah, I've lost him again. I can't find him.
The wind's blowing right down the runway. Extra front.
I can't see him.
Golf Yankee
Oh, there he is.
Right, that's our traffic. 1500. Okay, nothing coming in on final is going to surprise us.
I got finished service on the circuit, we'll have air to silos.
Just keep an eye on that rotorcraft. He's not going around.
Yeah, I'll keep eyes on that.
Golf Juliet Tango, overhead to descend dead side for 26 right hand.
Golf Yankee Papa final 26.
Popham Radio, Golf and service right base, runway 26.
Golf Alpha, overhead, yeah, dead side. Golf Alpha, roger.
So basically missing the
Also dead side, that's crosswind.
station, I got the arrow.
Juliet Tango.
Popham Radio, Golf, Alpha Tango, X-Ray Delta. Golf India Service, final 26.
Golf India Sierra, roger.
So as you come in to land at Popham on 26, there are arrows that guide you, just like Kai Tak in Hong Kong. They would guide you with the lead-in lights. Same here. You've got arrows, visual of the arrows, and you keep to the right of the petrol station. Don't hit the petrol station.
Golf Juliet Tango, downwind 26, microwave circuit.
Golf Juliet Tango, roger. Golf Alpha, downwind, one ahead. I'd like to break off and land on 2-1 due to long wings. Golf Alpha, roger. Other traffic. Golf Fox Alpha, final 26. Golf Foxtrot Alpha, roger.
Popham Radio, hello again. Golf Delta Alpha Delta Zulu, spot cruiser. People check-in taxi, please, over.
I guess you're hard going.
Nicely done, sir.
Golf Delta Alpha Delta Zulu, Popham, you are readability 5. Runway news 26 right hand and the Q&A 1018.
101826, taxi, Delta Zulu.
Golf X-ray Delta, descending dead side.
Golf X-ray Delta, roger.
Juliet Tango extending downwind for separation.
Golf Juliet Tango.
Golf Alpha, final 2-1.
Used a bit of runway, but we are a bit heavy.
Optus Golf X-ray Delta, check surface wind.
I understand why you have flared wings.
Say again?
I understand why there are flared wings.
Thank you, now. Ready for departure after aircraft on final.
Golf Tango uniform, roger. Oh, congratulations, my wife will be.
Well, that's us finally back at Popham after a cracking weekend. Really was. Hopefully we won't be doing it this year, because this year's just turned out to be a non-event this summer, but maybe next summer. So it was a quick grab some lunch and off we go again. This is 2 hours, just over 2 hours now from Popham back up to Harrogate. Quick wave to say goodbye to Pete and crack the engine and we're off. I really couldn't afford to stay very long at Popham. I wish I could have stayed a little bit longer, but I was fighting the clock, I was fighting the daytime and fighting the tiredness as well. Same issue on the downward leg, it's the same going back, that I was aware that the later the day got, the tireder you become, and I was now having to navigate back up to find not an international airport like Prestwick, but a little grass strip in the countryside outside of Harrogate. So this is where Skydemon really came into its own. Honestly, I don't think I could have done it without Skydemon. It's a brilliant piece of software. This is one of the moments I remember clearly, was why I got my license, was for things like this, where you're cruising on a lovely summer's evening, sun's just setting, everything's happy with the aircraft, and it's just great. Took a few pictures as well to remember that, and I wish I could have had some company. Now this is when things started to get a little bit tricky, and as a pilot you'll be tested when something gets your attention and you have to keep flying the aircraft. And we always go on the premise of aviate, navigate, communicate. Well, what had actually happened was the CO2 carbon monoxide indicator had started to bleep, announcing that it was picking up CO2. So quite high on the priority list to get the aircraft down. So I opened up the windows, the sills on the left, to give me some fresh air, but it continued to beep, so I had to basically try and silence it best I could, or just avoid it, avoid thinking about it. and you can still hear that CO2 warner going off. But as a pilot, my advice for anyone who's training, you're going to get things that are going to distract you. You just have to keep flying the aircraft and mentally put it out of your mind.
Hello, sir.
So, final morning of the trip on the 2nd of September. So very early start. Very early start. We were up at 6 o'clock, down to the strip at 7, and Jeff had kindly left us a cup of coffee on the elevator. So thanks, Jeff, for that. And the reason we were down there so early is we knew that the weather at Prestwick was progressively getting a lot worse. So I made the decision to try and beat the weather. We looked at the TAF and try and get to Prestwick as quick as I could to avoid diverting. The divert for this was always going to be Carlisle, based on the forecast at Prestwick, but it was something just I was going to monitor.